Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for some strength training today. All you need is a single dumbbell and a mat for comfort if you want it, and a little bit of space. If you have all that, it's time to get warmed up. I want to start with just a big shoulder roll. Find that tall posture and slowly go through the full range of motion in your shoulders. One thing I want you to really think about is making sure that when you do this shoulder roll, you're not collapsed forward. We want to make sure we have the most range of motion possible by standing tall and lifting through the chest before we do that shoulder roll. Good, keeping it nice and tall. Go the other way. Trying not to collapse forward as we bring the shoulders forward. Good. Give me a nice easy hinge at the hip, and I want to just bring the hands overhead in a really big sort of swinging motion. Now let's go the other way. Good. Standing tall, finding that strong posture. I want you to think about going one side to the other. Not a big range of motion yet. Just kind of working in to waking up the hips and the glutes. As always, keeping that spine really long. We don't want to let it collapse as we go forward. Push your hips back behind you. One more on each side, and bringing it back to that tall posture. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Just a gentle squat. We are not going too deep in this squat yet. We just want our hips, knees, and ankles to start working together to complete that squat movement. As you're getting comfortable, you can drop it down a little bit, or you can stay in that top range of motion, whichever feels good for you at this point. Let's have one more. Good. Reset, standing nice and tall. I want to do a nice forward reach and stand, waking up the back side of that leg this time. Making it a little bigger each time and reaching a little further. One more. Good. March it out right here. Kind of let everything go a little. Make that march a little bigger and get the arms to swing with it. Really squeeze the lower abdominals as you're lifting that knee. And now let's trade it in for a kick. Same thing applies. Lower abs are engaged to lift that foot towards the hand. Good, back to a step touch. Shake it out one more time. Starting to bring a hamstring into it, back side of the leg. Really pull. Actively get the back of the leg, bringing your heel towards the backside. And back to that march one more time. Good, keep everything moving. I'm gonna talk, you keep moving right here. So look, we've got a minute of work. So each of the exercises we do today, we're gonna do for a minute. Gives you lots of time to get used to the movement and improve upon it. I need you right now to grab one dumbbell, because we're gonna start in about 20 seconds with our first exercise. I want you to hold your dumbbell just like this. We are gonna squat it down. Lower the dumbbell, lift it, and stand. Lower it, lift it, and stand. You ready? It's time. Here we go. Come down, lower, lift, and stand. As you lower down, I need you to squeeze all around your core to protect your back. Keeping your chest lifted and not letting this weight bring you forward. Keep it lifted and strong. Make sure you're breathing. Stand nice and tall in between each one. Keep everything engaged. And as you get comfy with this, you may find your range of motion gets a little bigger. That's a good thing. Trust yourself. Got about 10 seconds left before you get a nice healthy break. Rest. Okay, on to the next one. We're gonna go into a lunge position using that same dumbbell. It looks like this. Lunge back, push, pull. Lunge back, push, pull. Just like this. You ready to join me? Shoulders back, core tight. It's time to go. Lunge, push, pull. Now once again, we don't want our back to really counterbalance this weight. You have to fight gravity a little on this one and squeeze your upper back to keep yourself in a nice posture. It takes a little work, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it takes a little balance. You might feel a little wobbly. That's okay. Your stabilizers are gonna kick in. They're gonna help you stay strong in this lunge. Get that back knee down towards the ground. Push and pull. Good, keep this going, we're almost done. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna come down to the ground. Bring your dumbbell with you. You're gonna lay on your back, and we are going to be working on chest flies, but we only have one weight, and this is why. We're gonna start up here. You're gonna lower it down to the ground, bring it back to the top. Down to the ground, back to the top. Are you with me? Come on back here, get that dumbbell in one hand, anchor in that core, lower, lift. Did anyone notice anything as you lower it to the floor? What happens to your core? It has to engage, doesn't it? The lower you get to the floor, the more you have to anchor in to keep this dumbbell going side to side. And if you're feeling that in your core, you're doing it right. Keep going. You're about halfway through. Now, if you feel yourself letting your knees counterbalance, I need you to tighten up your lower abdominals. Keep everything here nice and square, and work hard to not let that counterbalancing happen. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, don't get up yet. We're gonna stay down on the mat for the next one also. And it looks like this. We're going to be laying down and doing tricep work. So, this is where your dumbbell starts. You're gonna bring it behind your head, down to the navel. Behind the head, down to the navel. You with me? Grab that dumbbell, anchor in that core again, and let's take that dumbbell back towards the crown of our head, up to the ceiling, down to the navel, up to the ceiling. Now I want you to make sure your elbows are tracking straight in front of you. So don't let them face the outer walls. They need to be pointing straight in front of you. And you're gonna need to squeeze to lift that dumbbell and not let the elbows flare out to the side. Takes a little bit of work, but that is what we're here for, to work. Keep that body anchored in. Don't let the ribs flare. Keep everything pulled down towards your mat. Good, you've got about 10 seconds left here. Three, 2, 1. All right, come on up. We gotta get up for this next one. You gotta come on up here. We are going to work our biceps next. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna first work the bicep, then we're gonna work the shoulder, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. So you're gonna do a curl to a press, other side, bringing it down. Curl, press. You ready to join me? Here we go. Curl, press, switch, bring it down. Again, you need your core to wake up and help keep everything from wanting to counterbalance. Stand right here. Good, keep going through this movement. Lift, press, switch and bring it down. Lift, press, switch and bring it down. You're already halfway through this interval. Good, keep it going. Making sure that you are squeezing that bicep, pressing through that shoulder each time. Five, four, three, two, one. Nice work. Okay, we've only got one more exercise before we loop back and do it all again. So this time we're going back to our legs. Just like in the warm-up, we're gonna be going in a side to side motion. This time, we're using that dumbbell to go side to side. Tighten up that back again, find that tall posture. You're gonna take it towards the instep of your foot. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Drop to one side, drop to the other. Now I'm really focusing on getting my hips behind me so that my glute wakes up. I drop it down low and I push off that foot. That is what's going to wake up that back side of the leg. Keeping a long spine and allowing that weight to track towards the instep. I'm not taking a massive step. I am really working on pushing back behind me though. Keep that chest lifted. Don't let it cave here. Under 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake that out. Okay, you've got 30 seconds of recovery. You can keep those feet moving if you want to, but we're gonna go back to those squats with the lower and the lift. We're gonna do it all over again. So if you're ready, we need to grab that dumbbell. I want you to really think about being strong through the back, getting into that nice low squat before lowering and lifting. You ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lower it, lift it, and stand nice and tall in between. Making sure that you're being really strong through that upper back. If you let that upper back start to go or give in to gravity, you're gonna get a bit of a curl to the spine. It's what we don't want. We need to fight against that. So engage all those muscles around your spine and really work on controlling that dumbbell on the down and up movement. You're halfway through this interval. Good, keep breathing. Keep lowering and lifting. 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, a little shake out here. You can set this down if you want to, because the next one, it's going to work that upper back also. We're gonna get that same work happening in here because we're going to that lunge and push. Yes? Yes. So let's pick up that dumbbell. Holding it in front this time, getting ready to step back into that lunge. Stand tall, lift that chest, get ready in 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, push and pull, stand up, switch to that other side. Now take a look at my back knee. It's coming down towards the ground. What it's not is a big step back like this. Keep it right here. Working to keep that back from rounding out. Not an easy thing to maintain. We're gonna work our best at keeping that athletic posture. If you need to change it up a little, shorten your range of motion. This is okay also. Keep it a little shorter, and you won't feel as much pressure on that upper back. 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Good news, we get to lay down. So come find your mat, bring your dumbbell with you. Now you'll remember from round 1, when we drop that arm wide, we need to use our core to counterbalance, not our knees, right? So be prepared for that. Anchor in before you lower that arm. So come on back here. Anchor everything in, pull in those ribs, tighten that core. Get ready to drop that arm. In 3, 2, 1. Take it nice and wide. Squeeze right here. Bring it up, switch hands. Get ready to squeeze on the other side and bring it back up. Try not to let these knees counterbalance. Our body is very smart and it will figure out a way to make this easier. We want to make sure we maintain our form as we go through this big range of motion. If it's feeling a little tough, I want you to bend at the elbow. Shorten that lever, will make it a little easier. If you want that challenge, you're trying to lengthen your arm as much as possible and dig in with that core as you go side to side. Keep it strong. Under 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. You can stay right here or you can sit up, but we are staying on our mat. We're gonna do that tricep work again. You'll remember we did 1 overhead, 1 press from the navel. To change it up, if you want a bit of a challenge, we're gonna do 2 overhead and 2 from the navel. It's just gonna be a little bit more time under tension. You choose, single or double. Grab that dumbbell, bring it back here, and get ready to go towards your head right here. I'm gonna do 2 here, and then I'm gonna do 2 right here. As I go overhead, I need to pull my ribs in again, pull them in towards my spine so that I'm not flaring open and putting my back in a bit of an uncomfortable position. Pulling that rib cage in keeps you in a strong position through the torso. Take your time with these. It doesn't need to be quick. I would much prefer going slow and making sure that your elbows are pointing in front of you. Don't let them flare out like this. Take that time to get the form down. Keep those elbows pulled in close together. 10 seconds here. And that's it for that one. Good job. All right, we gotta come up. Back onto our feet. We've got that bicep shoulder combo. So you're gonna need your dumbbell. So remember, we need to make sure that our shoulders, our back and our chest is open. We don't wanna curl and press in that forward position. Reset and stand tall. You with me? Hope so, because it's time. Let's go. Curl, press, bring it down on the other side. A little bit of coordination involved in this one also. Good. Standing strong and trying not to let momentum take over. What I mean by that is I'm trying not to sort of get some oomph behind it, right? I want it to be controlled, press, control on the way down. Keep working through that range of motion. Good, standing tall, shoulders back. Lift that chest. We have about 15 seconds left to keep going through this movement. Take out that shoulder press if you need a change. If it's just getting too much, bring it right here. But we've only got 3, 2, 1. Good. Set it down, shake it out. We only have one thing left to do. That is our side to side. So once again, I need you to have a long spine. I don't want this happening, and neither do you, obviously, right? Stand tall. Put this in one hand, and remember that I'm pushing my hips back behind me. You with me? Final exercise in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink those hips behind, stand nice and tall. Sink it back and stand tall. Now, I'm gonna show you from the side that my hips are pushing really far back. Remember, that's what's engaging the glute to help push to come to standing. Sink it down, drive it up. Good. Keep this going because you've got under 30 seconds left of this workout. If you need a little rest, shorten that range of motion. Keep it moving side to side. Take a little bit of time. Lower it down when you're feeling comfortable. Give me 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are done. Set that dumbbell down. Take a second right here and let everything go. I've been harping at you to stand tall. Now I want you to let it go and start to stack it back up. Once you're here, roll those shoulders back. This time it's to release that tension. We just want to bring it up, back and down. Go the other way. Good, and similar to the warm-up, I want you to bring a foot forward and hinge. This time I want you to reach forward and then extend a little more. Should feel a stretch through the back side of that leg. Take a big deep breath. Sink down a little more. Release that and stand tall. Switch to that other side. Hips go back. Reach forward and extend a little bit more. Big deep breath. Release that down a little bit more. And stand up nice and tall. Reach both hands up to the ceiling. Take one and bring it down to your spine. Taking the other hand, I want you to bring your arm towards your ear. Walk those fingers down your spine. Reach both hands up to the ceiling, switch to the other side. Bring that bicep towards your ear, walk your fingers down your spine. Release that. Last thing, open up nice and wide. Pull those hands back behind you. Big deep breath here. Let it go. And you are done. Thank you for joining me for strength training today, and I hope that I'm going to see you again really soon.